views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of WSTU Digital 1450. The opinions expressed are those of the program hosts and guests. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin County Difference with your host, dancing realtor Julia Sansevere.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining me, Julia Sansevere, the dancing realtor, on the Martin County Difference. It is Wednesday night, April 4th, the first Wednesday of April. Woohoo!
Yes.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, hi, how are you?
My trusty Frank. I'm good. Did you have a nice Easter?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I trust you did too.
I did. It was busy and it was lovely, but other than that, it was relatively quiet. I took the whole day off and turned off my phone for the day.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing. But today is a big day in history.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure is.
Martin Luther King assassinated 50 years ago today, and a lot of celebration of his life and his work going on. And I had to Google something today.
All right.
So I Googled.
1968.
Well, yeah, but I had to Google something else, and I went to Google, and guess what? They had Maya Angelou's poem, I Rise, as their page, as on their homepage.
Right.
It had an audio recording and also all the words, and there were multiple different celebrities of note who were reading the poem along with her voice.
Oh.
It was quite stirring. I sat and listened to the whole thing. It was really, he was something.
Yes.
So my heart goes out to the King family. I know they still miss him every day.
Right.
We all miss him every
Right.
day.
The nation grieves.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. But we also celebrate what he did to push us forward, and we hope to keep going forward because we have still nutty people out there shooting up the joint.
Yeah,
YouTube,
yes,
right?
Amazingly, yeah. The
she
lady
was mad.
She was.
She was mad.
Apparently,
and she took it out with a gun.
Her family had notified the authorities earlier and concerned about her and concerned about other people, generically.
Yeah.
They just said that she's, she needs help.
Well, she was disturbed.
Yes.
Again, a disturbed person with a gun is like a disturbed person with any other weapon.
Right.
But a gun does it faster and more tragically. So
Right.
I'm glad that it wasn't deadly and that the people will recuperate, I'm pretty sure.
Hopefully. Only one is in critical condition still.
Right. So that's national news. In the studio here tonight, I want to tell you we have a great show. Catch the Wave of Hope is going to be here with Lynn Barletta. She's the founder of it. And the Junior League of Martin County with Carrie Ann Gustafson and Kathleen Dempsey. And they're talking about LunaFest, a really cool event coming up. The 7th is Catch the Wave of Hope for the gala, and then the LunaFest is on the 14th. So we're going to be talking about that. And those are both wonderful organizations, Junior League and Catch the Wave of Hope. And what they have in common is the theme of this show, 501c3 organizations making a difference in our community, which is a ripple effect across the world, I hope. And that's my hashtag is try kindness. And it's starting to spread.
I think so.
I see and I hear things on TV and in the media that, other people, we all want good things to happen. We don't want bad things to happen.
Yeah,
so.
I think Roseanne nationally, she started that.
I was going to talk about that too.
See,
the Roseanne is back. We're on the same
here.
wavelength. Yeah, we watched the first 2 episodes and we downloaded it, on Netflix or something somewhere? Amazon, right. So we can watch it anytime because I'm too busy sometimes and can't
on
make
demand,
an appointment.
yes.
On demand.
Yes.
So we're going to watch the episode we missed. And what? It didn't come through the post office. Oh, yes, right. It's coming through the internet. But that's a really amazing show that she's doing there. And
yeah, she was on a talk show, and it was Jimmy Kimmel, I think, and she said, we want our president to succeed.
Yeah, you would think.
Whether you voted for him or not, you want him to succeed.
Right.
Because
we want our country to succeed.
There it is, exactly.
And, we need to pull together to do that. And so some of these instances, unfortunately, have been negative ones, but they've actually had a positive effect on pulling people and communities together and just being what we need to do and doing what we need to do. So anyway, but tonight's show is featuring these wonderful people, and they're waiting in the green room. I just want to go over a couple of other things real quickly. Our sponsors. Tonight's show is brought to you by TC Palm Home Inspections and Portia B. Scott, attorney. And the newest addition to the Martin County Difference family of sponsors is Tech Medics. I'll be telling you about him. He is my go-to guru, TechMedics, Joe Stango. He is everything knowledgeable about computers. He's the sole proprietor of TechMedics, and that's TEKMEDICS. He is amazing when it comes to computers and everything.
He's like the digital doctor.
He is a digit head, right? Yeah, he is the digital doctor. That's a good thing. That's a good name for your company, but it's already TechMedics, TEKMEDICS. Anyway, he's helped me through the years, and he knows everything, how to teach computer skills, and in fact, he does that at the Kane Center on Fridays from 9:30 to 2:30, and you can go and learn about the iPad, the iPhone, and Facebook, and they're 1-hour classes between 9:30 and 2:30. The cost is only $85 for 4 weeks, which is 4 hours of instruction. A good deal. So go to the canecenter.org to sign up. That's canecenter.org, and he can be reached at 772-781-4446. Or you can email him at info@techmedics.net, TEKMEDICS. And then tell him I told you to call. So remember, 772-781-4446. And then Portia B. Scott, our attorney friend for the elders and for all your family needs, answering your legal questions. So legal answers, I should say, for your questions. And she's been practicing law quite a long time, since 1994. And
she must have started right out of grade school.
She was. She's a child. She's a very young lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, but very wise. And she can be reached at 772-287-0096 for an appointment. And she's available during the week, of course. And she even is available on evenings and weekends if you work and you can't get to her. But for all your family planning, if you're getting married late in life, you need that matrimonial little, like, I'm going to keep mine and you're going to keep yours, anything to do with the family, grandchildren, you want to leave your assets to your grandchildren, she'll help you do with that. But her website is attorneystewartflorida.com, and her number is, again, 287-0096, and her email is PB Scott. So for Portia B. Scott, PB Scott at attorneystewartflorida.com. And going back to my friend Joe Stango, he has email, and he has his website, techmedics.net, TEKMEDICS.net. I don't want you to miss a thing. So go to their websites, call them. And last but not least, TC Palm Home Inspections, who's been there from the get-go. Thank you, Gary and Terry Mulca. They were sponsors for me when I did Dancing with the Martin Stars,
exactly,
which is how I got the Dancing Realtor name. And they are in St. Lucie, Martin, and Palm Beach counties, fully licensed. And I always endorse getting a home inspection even before you list your house, or during the inspection. During the inspection period, you're going to need an inspection as a buyer. So call them, and you can get in touch with Gary at 772-678-8133, and check out his website at tcpalmhomeinspections.com. And that's Gary Mulca, TC Palm Home Inspections, 772-678-8133. And remember, buying or selling a home isn't so scary when you use Inspector Gary. Thank you. We thought that up, didn't we, Frank, one night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just some more good news to spread along the way. So thanks to my sponsors. Starstruck, they did it.
Hey.
They did it.
Outstanding.
They raised enough money. They were on a $500,000 capital campaign. They did it thanks to all of you out there. So thank you. I know that Karen Leone and Jennifer, Jennifer and Peter Jones, thank you very much from the bottom of their heart. And they are going to be able to stay in the building where they are. They're going to be able to buy it. That's going to be their permanent home. So I'm so happy for them.
Yes.
So yay. And you can still help out. You can go to amazonsmile.com and do all the shopping you want, and they'll get a residual effect of that, and it doesn't cost you a thing. It's actually a win-win. And what else? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So on a really local level, I needed to fix my iPhone battery. Is anybody's battery run down? You can go to the phone store. It's in Palm Beach Gardens at the mall. So I went there, and they said it's going to be 2 hours. I'm like, okay. So I had time to kill from 5 to 7. And what do? I walk across the hall, and I see Brookstone, and there's a massage chair beckoning to me like this.
Right.
So I go and sit there, and an hour and a half goes by, and I don't even know it. And this thing clamped onto me. It's like my feet, my arms, the shoulders, it has these wings with air, and it presses you back and lifts you up. And I was like, this is amazing. Yeah. And that is technology at its best, because like a masseuse can only do one part at a time. This was like I was getting squished and mushed everywhere. So that was great. And then it made me feel so good that I figured, well, you know what? I'll go across to one of these other nice stores and see if I can find myself a dress, because I've got an event coming up, a couple of events, and one of them is our guest tonight from Catch the Wave of Hope, an event Saturday night. And the other one is, I just want to mention real quickly, it's quite the honor to be nominated for Women of Distinction. And that's the Seroptimist. And that's happening on next Tuesday, the 10th. So I just want to run down a list of winners for 2017, because it's really something. They were named for 2017. For business, there are 3 categories: business, civic, and volunteer. And so business is Lisa Campagno. This is last year. Civic was Lori Gaylord. She's our superintendent of our schools here in Martin County. And our volunteer winner was Janice Norman, who was here a couple of weeks ago. So I'm so excited. And the list of nominees from this year in the business professional category is Candace Lopes, Robin Hall, and my heart goes out to her. Her husband just passed away, Dick Hall. Yeah, we all loved Dick.
Yeah, neat
Good
guy.
photographer, very much. Life of the party. So, Melissa Newman, Jay Sharp, Dr. Cindy Wilson, and Dr. Lisa Grassam-Smith, and then me, Julia Sansevier. So I'm up against, it's like the Academy Awards. I'm honored to be in that category with these women, and whoever wins, who cares? It's like an honor to be nominated. But, you know, and it's already been judged and things. So the dinner's at Mariner Sands, and you can still get a ticket to go if you hurry. But it's on the 10th, and it's from Mariner Sands. It's from 6 to 9, I think. Civic category: Mary Beth Pena, or maybe Pena, Deborah Drum, Elizabeth Gaskin, Angela Hoffman, and Christina Stamper, my dear friend, Nancy Turrell, another friend, and Angela's a friend too, Teresa Lamar Sarno, Roberta Katz, Anita Kokovis, Jessica McLean, and Tara Baldwin. And in the volunteer category, Ellie Lafer, Desta Hansen, Joyce Page, you know, that's the partner for Janice. That's great. Marion McKinney Carpenter, a friend of mine from Women's Club, Lisa Dames, Mildred Gibson, Faye Clark, Andy McAvoy, a junior leaguer, yay Andy, and Dr. Barbara Bush, and Alice Lockhart, another friend who's been a guest on the show. Yes. And they have a youth category, the Rising Stars. These are kids, like they're kids, to me they're kids. And that's Autumn Barfield, Jordan Poe, Jasmine Whitaker, Caroline Nolan, Faiza Samar Ahmed, Stephanie Brookshire, Kara Percival, Jaslyn Edwards, Taylor Konopka, Reagan Strout, Evelyn Flaw, and Ailish Tierney. And I just want to read those names because those are outstanding women in our community who make a difference. And I didn't say them all the night Janice was here, so I felt remiss, and I wanted to go back over that list because it's really something. It really is nice. And it's just amazing, and I'm very honored.
They should be recognized.
So I had to go buy a dress. That was the whole point of me reading the names, you know. So I got relaxed enough I could go face the mirrors and the harsh lighting, and so I found something nice. So we'll see how it comes off. But the other thing I wanted to say is that I've got some tips for you tonight on buying a home. And one of the very first tip is getting your financial situation set up correctly so that you're not stunted at the start line or the finish line. And this takes me to a situation I'm involved in right now. This is really serious. I've been involved in a contract since the beginning of January. Wow. Yeah, that's really long.
Yeah.
And the reasons are myriad, but it boils down to the loan. We're having trouble for the buyer. I'm not the buyer's agent. I'm the listing agent. The buyer is having trouble getting his loan for a couple of different reasons, but in the end, I think it's basically he doesn't qualify. You've really got to be truthful and honest when you go to a lender, and you've got to tell them everything about your financial background because otherwise they can't help you.
All the warts and all.
Yes. Warts and all, because the warts will come back and bite you. So you need to be eye-catching to sellers. You need to be ready, willing, and able. You just need to be able. You have to have no ticky, no laundry. And, you have a lot of options when you go get a loan. And so you want to talk to the lender about what's best for you, how much down you need to put, that kind of thing. How much paperwork needs to come forward. It's a lot of paperwork. And that's your jump start to getting a home. So I need help. Everybody out there. Got a seller who is stranded right now. She put all of her things in storage and packed up her whole house. And 3 days before the closing, they said no dice. So it's at 6255 Highland Road. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's only $264,900, which is really great. No HOA. It's on a double lot. So please call me if you have a cash buyer or you are a cash buyer. You can have chickens there. And that is 772-919-1385. So please help me help my seller out. It's no fault of hers that she took this, buyer on, and we trusted that things would go well. And they were going well for a while, and then they didn't. So we need to help her out of that. And the other properties I have for sale, you can go to my website, but I've got a few things in Palm City, waterfront, non-waterfront. And it's really exciting time for me tonight. So that's enough for real estate. Go to my pages and look for that. I've got great articles, Julia Sansevier, Waterfront Specialist, and juliasansevier.com. But tonight's guests are Catch the Wave of Hope with Lynn Barletta, who's patiently waiting. Come on in, Lynn. And the Junior League of Martin County with Carrie Ann Gustafson and Kathleen Dempsey talking about Luna Fest. So I want to say welcome, and thanks for your patience, Lynn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Put on your little headset. There you go. And got your flyer here. And this is something that I went to last year, the very first gala. You started this last year.
Yes.
So impressive of what you've done. You're an artist in town, a leading lady in our community.
As you are.
No, I'm just following in your shadow. I'm a cheerleader for the likes of you.
You are.
This is the second annual gala for
Yes.
Catch the Wave of Hope. And tell our listeners, Catch the Wave of Hope. Go for it.
Well, we are so excited. And for those of you that don't know, Catch the Wave of Hope leads the way to bring awareness, healing, and action to abolish human trafficking. And at this gala, we have a very special guest. Her name is Rosa Castilla. Excuse me.
Do you have some water back?
Clear the throat. And so Rosa Castilla was in sex trafficking as a slave from age 12 for 14 years. And when she finally escaped, when she finally was able to have an opportunity to run away, she had her baby in a suitcase that was tiny, and she was able to push the baby through the fence. And as she went over the fence, shots were ringing all around her. Her friend, unfortunately, was killed. Rosa barely made it over the fence and was able to get the baby out to a road, and somebody picked her up and took her to the hospital, and that's how she got free.
Holy
But
cow.
today, that baby is 13 years old, and she is thriving, and she works for the Blue Campaign on a national sex trafficking organization.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yes.
That gives me chills. Oh, my gosh. So Catch the Wave of Hope was something that you saw a need in the community.
Yes.
And it's around the world. And the Martin
Yes,
County
it is.
difference is about how wonderful it is here and all that stuff. But it's really also about making a difference, because we are not left untouched. We're not so different from the rest of the world.
No, we're not. And
In fact,
everybody
that's-
thinks it happens everywhere else, but in truth, it does happen in our own backyard.
Right.
And in fact, our sheriff here is more trained in human trafficking than any other sheriff in the entire state of Florida.
Right.
He sits on the board for human trafficking for our state.
Love our sheriff.
So he knows of better than anyone that it is rampant everywhere. And there have been 3 arrests made just last year here in Martin County. And because of an awareness training that was done by leaders in Catch the Wave of Hope, there was a home raided here. Women and children were rescued, and that home was connected to Lake Worth, and there were over 100 men a week being serviced. And that entire ring was broken up because people cared enough to come forward and turn in tips. And what's happening is we're mobilizing into almost every segment, every sector of our society, in our community, from hospitals to schools, to organizations and churches and synagogues. And we're doing presentations and awareness training everywhere, and it is making a difference.
It is making a difference, because I know that was the first time I heard you talk about it. You talked about the signs of what is human trafficking, and this is sexual trafficking. There's
Sex trafficking,
sex
yes.
trafficking, and it's not just girls; it's boys. And Janice Norman was here; she's on your
Yes.
board, and
She's the president.
She's the president, right? Let's get that straight. You're the founder;
I'm the
she's the
founder.
president, and everybody gets to wear a different hat. And she talked about that, because I mentioned that, and we were talking about it that night too, as well
Yes.
as the Women of Distinction. And it's horrifying to think that the boys are as much a victim in this as the girls.
Well, most of the victims are girls,
Right.
but the number of boys is rising. The average age of boys is 11,
It's
and the average
alarming.
age of girls is 13. There are 300,000 children in our nation that it is estimated that are being sex trafficked. And it's growing. The number is growing. So drug dealers are finding that it's more lucrative to sell a child than it is to sell a drug. So they're switching.
Whoa.
They're changing to
children.
children.
The game. And these children come from everywhere, anywhere. They're not just illegal immigrants or something.
Not anymore.
No. And is it off the internet? Are they getting duped?
Let's put it this way. Your children, our children, are all at risk. Our grandchildren are at risk. Social media is one of the greatest recruiters, and there are also recruiters that are sent into the school who've been brainwashed, who've been terrorized, and they go in and looking for other children to invite them over to become friends. It's a whole recruiting methodology that they use. It's actually terrorist techniques that they use on children.
Wow, because for instance, the John, he would be the pimp, I guess.
Yes.
Not the John. The John is the customer.
The John is the customer.
Pimp,
the user,
and the
pimp is the trafficker. We call them traffickers, and they are.
And they befriend the young girls or boys with gifts.
Shower
them with gifts.
They appear as a boyfriend. They come in as a boyfriend. So it's hard for parents to know sometimes because this boyfriend has come along in a child's life. But the boyfriend may have an elusive job. He may be involved in music. It may just be hard to pin down exactly what he does do. And he has expensive cars and jewelry. And suddenly the young girl has also expensive purses, brand new jewelry herself,
status symbols,
shoes.
Right?
Yes, but there will be a change in a victim's demeanor, and that we call it being shame-based. Excuse me. And so, I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold. So I'm
gosh, and thank you for coming. And I know you've been traveling. I know you've been traveling. I talked to you when you were in Texas with your son.
I have, getting all that Texas dust out of my lungs. So there's a change in the behavior, especially of a young person. They can't look you in the eye. Shoulders are hunched. There is just a fear-based feeling about them. And if we pay attention to those signs, there could be bruises in various stages of healing. There could also be new tattoos, property of. There could be dollar signs. There could be hearts. There are parents now that are recognizing signs of trafficking in their own children who are working all the time. And one parent in West Palm Beach actually recognized that his daughter was being trafficked by her boyfriend, and he was able to get him arrested and get her help.
And she was living at home?
Yes.
Oh,
they
my
trafficked
gosh.
them after school. There could be slumber parties.
Extracurricular activity.
And social media is the playground. Social media is, and there's face recognition now.
Yes.
And so they can locate a child by their face and find out where they live and target them. They choose the children. But that's what this gala is all about, and I really do want to focus on that because we have some seats to fill at this gala.
Good. Yeah.
This gala, and our speaker Rosa is simply phenomenal, and we are so excited to have her there, and she will open our eyes. She'll open everyone's eyes
and your heart.
And your heart,
and hopefully your wallets, because last year you raised $50,000 in one night.
Yes, we did.
And it was an exciting evening to be a witness to this. I still get verklempt over it because this is something that my sister was not involved with that way, but she's still trying in Houston, Texas to fight this.
Yes.
This is huge all over our country.
Texas is number 2. Florida is number 3. Florida is number 3 a lot because we are drug infested. And so with the drug dealers turning to trafficking children and adults versus drugs, we see a tremendous explosion of it here.
And I suppose California is number 1?
Number 1.
Well, there you go. The size of the state and their location and
well, there are many organizations who are adopting human trafficking as the number 1 issue in the world today. So if we don't do something, then the next generation, what would we be facing?
Awful. We have to start, and thank you for making a start. So everybody write this down. This Saturday, April 7th, from 6 to 10 p.m. at Yacht and Country Club in Stuart. That's 3883 Fairway East. And I did put this on the page, so you can go to the page at the Martin County Difference, or go and like the page of Catch the Wave of Hope.
Yes.
Because you're on Facebook. And there's an event on there as well. So you can look at all that, and you can get tickets by registering and going online at catchthewaveofhope.org, or you can call Jeannie Sylvester at 516-220-8266.
Yes.
Or email her at jeanwc2, and that's the number 2, at comcast.net. But all of this information is on my page. It's on your page. And so Catch the Wave of Hope. And not to speak of nothing here is your artistry. You are amazing. The mural downtown.
Yes, we just finished that mural, 250 feet long and 25 feet high.
Yay.
And students of Visionary School of Arts went in and painted over 100 fish into that mural that are in our river today and were 60 years ago.
Yeah.
And then we also had Jeffrey Smith painted an alligator, Brenda Lee painted a dolphin. I painted most of it and the background. But it is a beacon to our community, not just of our natural resources, but on the deepest levels. It is a sign to pay attention that we must stop human trafficking, and everybody in our community to say, not on my watch.
Right, and that is a good analogy, because just below the surface is all this life happening.
Yes.
And you have to know the signs. You know, I know when a
good.
manatee is surfacing, I see the ripple.
Yes.
You know, you can see the glimmer of the fish, and you can look and see what kind it is, if you can see through the water. And so what we have to do is know those signs. So tell us and our listeners some of the signs that you know means trafficking is happening. We talked about how you know somebody is being trafficked.
How about a neighborhood?
A neighborhood.
Well, it could be a house that has locks on the doors and windows. It could be a house that has all the hurricane shutters on. Or maybe you just can't ever see into the house. There could be a lot of night activity. There could be large vehicles. There could be people going in and out of the house all hours of the day or night, and a lot of men going in and out.
Right. Even though the windows are shut, that's a big sign. And
Yes.
there's still people coming and going.
There could be a guard sitting out front, and there was in this particular house that
Right.
a tip that was turned in just locally. So
And just knowing those things helps us be more informed and educated, so we can be aware. And so if you see
Yes.
something, say something.
Absolutely.
And our sheriff's department will do something.
they certainly will.
Sheriff Snyder means all business.
Yes.
You don't mess
Yes.
with Sheriff Snyder. You
Yes.
come here and you don't leave with your crime intact. You go
That's
to
right.
jail.
That's right. And the more we get out there to talk
Yeah.
about this, I know just recently our president, Janice Norman, has gotten into the hospitals, and so our emergency room workers will be trained.
Oh, good.
And that is phenomenal, because we can really put a stop to some things.
Yes, and Kenya Reinhardt, who's going to be here next week, excuse me, she's saying on Facebook, know who your children's friends are.
Yes.
Really good point.
And pay attention to sleepovers. That is a prime opportunity for a trafficker to take pictures and then begin to coerce, bribe, threaten the child. And it's just
On the dark web,
it's
as we call it.
Yes, on the dark web.
And that name of that awful site.
Yes. Backpage.com.
Thank you, Backpage.com. And they're really starting to be able to crack down on it, I heard.
There's a bill sitting on President Trump's desk to address so that third-party injured parties can actually sue these websites, and that's very powerful.
Good, because freedom of speech only gets you so far.
That's right.
You can't yell fire in a crowded theater.
No.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
So please attend the second annual gala. It's this Saturday, April 7th from 6 to 10 at Yacht and Country Club. Cocktails, dinner, and dancing, valet parking.
Yes.
At no cost.
Yes.
And that's $150 per person. Well worth it, because it just a little bit covers your dinner.
Yes.
The rest of it goes straight to the organization.
Now, understand that
Yes.
this is a fundraiser to build a home
Right.
for trafficked
Oh, yeah.
children.
Tell us that.
And so the Home for Trafficked Children will be in our area. In 2016, there was a need to place over 250 children in the state of Florida. Only 19 beds are available. And my understanding is even less now. And so how important is it that we do this
to help
together?
yeah, absolutely. And linking arms, we can do this
Yes.
together. We can make a
Yes.
difference.
I
So
agree.
please help Lynn and call Jeannie Sylvester at 516-220-8266 or email her at jeanwc2@comcast.net and go to catchthewaveofhope.org and see what you can do to help make a difference in these children's lives who need us all to help them. They're children.
Yes.
They don't deserve this.
And pay attention to the signs.
Yes, right. And call 911 if you see something and say something. So thank you so much, Lynn, for your
Thank you.
artistry, for your heart,
Thank you.
for your beauty inside and out. And your studio, tell them where that is on Indian Street.
There is a studio on Industry, Visionary School of Arts. That's where I paint, and that's where the children paint also. 1724 Southeast Indian Street, Stewart.
And you help heal their hearts with painting.
Oh, very much so. Well, we have a program that we actually worked with trafficked victims that I actually authored.
Yeah.
And it is to heal. It's a 9-week curriculum course.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. So read more about it at the website, catchthewaveofhope.org. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Thank you.
Mwah. I'll see you Saturday night. And I'll see you all there too in my new gown. You'll see.
Be gorgeous.
Yeah, that's right. So thanks for coming and feel better. Hope you get over your cold. Yes. And next, I'm going to be having the Junior League of Martin County. 2 lovely ladies who are the chair, come on in, and co-chair of this big event coming up, one of their major events, which is LunaFest. Hi, come on in, sit down, put on your headset, get on close up to the mic. And I've got Carrie Gustafson, and she's the chair, and Kathleen Dempsey, and you go by Kat sometimes, I think. Yeah. Kat, you like that? And talk really closely to the microphone so we can hear you. Yeah.
We brought you some Luna bars.
Oh my gosh!
As a little present, do you have a favorite flavor?
Chocolate. Chocolate dipped coconut.
There's a chocolate cupcake
Blueberry
one.
bliss, chocolate cupcake. That sounds good. Mm-hmm. So Luna, the Luna bar, this is to start off things that Luna, the Luna bar for women, the protein bar, started this film festival 17 years ago. This is the 17th year. And it's really well done professional films, short films for women, by women, about women. And what could be better than women?
I know.
Yeah. So tell us now how you're members of the Junior League, and you wonderfully either volunteered or got chosen to head up this function, but it's a big night. Thank you for that.
It's one of our biggest fundraisers. We're super excited.
Super excited. Absolutely. Yeah. And people can still get tickets. It's coming up on the 14th, right?
Yeah, 10 days away.
10 days, that's right.
Countdown is on.
Oh my gosh.
We're really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be at Flagler Place in downtown Stewart.
Right. Easy to get to.
Yeah. Right around the corner from here.
That's right.
So we still have tickets available.
And they're only $25.
$25 for general admission.
And gets you 9 films.
Right.
That's a bargain.
Yeah, and we also have our VIP tickets we're offering this year, which is something new and exciting.
Tell us about the VIP tickets. I might want a VIP ticket.
There's lots of really fun perks with our VIP tickets. They're $100.
Okay.
Well worth it, though. You get lots of really good perks. You get early access at 5:30 to a VIP opening reception.
Like cocktails.
Love
the cocktail hour.
Open bar.
Yeah.
Open bar.
Past hors d'oeuvres. Build your own mac and cheese bar.
Oh, I love it.
It's going to be super cute. Complimentary valet parking, which is a big deal downtown.
Huge.
On a Saturday night.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. What else do we have? Preferred seating.
Okay.
An awesome swag bag. We have Kendra Scott. We're wearing Kendra Scott. You can't see our earrings.
I see.
There's
look at the jewelry.
An $80 color bar gift card for Kendra Scott in our swag bags.
Oh, my.
Prep Obsessed, they have super cute jewelry. They have little pineapple earrings they're donating. Yeah. What else do we have in our swag
Pineapple
bag?
is one of the symbols of the Junior League.
That's why they coordinated with us. They're super sweet about that.
That's what we're all about, women and children and helping the community. And if you don't know by now, the Treasure Coast Children's Museum is the darling and the baby of the Junior League. You know, saw the need in the community, went out, researched it, and got the money and built it. And now it's still there as a real nice beacon of what the Junior League can do and does. And really, fabric of the community. And LunaFest couldn't be better. I mean, I love films. It's my background is broadcasting, and here I am. And so I love these films, and I was reading about them. So people can go online to jlmcflorida.org. That's jlmcflorida.org/LunaFest and see all the films, get a little preview about what they're all about.
There's a trailer we have.
Yeah.
I've watched some of the films. They're really good this year.
They are always pretty good. I'll never forget the Cuban woman boxer. That was a couple of years ago. You didn't even know about that one. That one was one that my husband and I liked. And by the way, this is for men too, right, honey?
We watched the boxer. That's when we went to Cuba.
Yeah, no, we went to Cuba after that. Yeah, he likes it. He just won't admit it on air. But he went, he's gone every year. He's such a man. He's such a manly man. He can handle a room full of women. And there are other men there. The point is, the films are made by women. Huh? 2 or 3.
I think it was like a 1-to-4 ratio, maybe.
Yeah,
last year
it's
there
not
was
that-
a couple guys bopping around.
But the whole point is, if you love women, why wouldn't you want to love this film festival?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, if you're a man and you love women, you want to understand women.
Yeah.
Hey, come to the film festival. Maybe you'll
There
get
you
an
go.
inkling into our mysteries. But anyway, go ahead.
The great
Yes,
thing
Kat.
about the films is that they really kind of, push you to think about some topics that are tough topics that people don't really think about on a
Yeah.
day-to-day basis.
Yeah. There was the gender film that was a year or 2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
A young child wanted to switch sexuality.
Right.
That was intense. There's breast cancer was one. What are some of the highlights that you've seen of this year? I want to ask you, is Quaid? That's a very familiar name in the film world. She's one of the directors, and I'm thinking she's related to Randy Quaid, Amanda Quaid. Her first short, English, it premiered at Cannes Short Film Corner in 2014. Toys is her movie. And I was thinking, I wonder if she's related to Randy Quaid or Dennis Quaid. It's possible.
Possibly.
It's possible. I mean, how many people are named Quaid? So it's so interesting because these are festival, quality films.
Yeah, a lot of them have been in Sundance
Right.
and similar film festivals.
Right.
So
And they're short films. They're 10 minutes. They could be 3 minutes or 15 minutes.
Right.
And they're animated as well as real films like
Right.
documentary, and they could be
Yeah.
comedic or they could be dramatic. I just think it's fabulous.
You're going to laugh, you're going to cry.
You're gonna laugh,
do
you're gonna cry.
everything.
That's right.
It's a really well-established traveling film festival.
Right.
This is LunaFest as a whole, which is put on by Luna Bars. They're in their 17th year.
Right.
So they're throughout North America,
Right.
U.S., Canada.
And it's charitable in nature what they do.
100% of all their proceeds go back to nonprofits. So it's
That's
really
amazing.
great. And
Yeah.
I was looking up some of the stats of, what they've accomplished and their impact as
Okay.
a whole over
Yes.
the past 17 years. $4.1 million total as a whole, just for LunaFest.
Wow. That's incredible. That's a lot of money
Yeah.
to help research for cancer or, help the Junior League, for instance, with their causes of, creating and doing things for the communities. Oh, my gosh. And so any organization that's a 501c3 can send a request to them. This is every year. So if you're out there and you have a 501c3, well, don't do it in Martin County because the Junior League is doing it here. But if you're living in another town outside of our region,
They do.
my voice carries to California.
There you go. They give preference to people who've hosted before. So
There you go.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, so get in line.
Exactly.
So anyway, but this could be in Texas, it could be New York, anywhere, any other parts of Florida too, because there are, and you can go on the Luna Fest website too and look to see where a festival is happening.
Right.
But come to this one.
I know.
This
we're
one's the
so
best.
Excited.
And because you have these raffle baskets, you have these beautiful donated baskets with all kinds of goodies.
We have
so
many good items.
yeah.
This year
Oh, yeah.
for
That's my favorite
Celebration.
part, besides the movies. And you have an intermission. So you have a beginning part where people can sign. It's a silent auction.
Right.
And then there's a break after you see about 3 or 4 films maybe halfway through.
Yeah.
And then you get to go out, drink some more, write your name some more. Yeah. It's just a fun night.
It's super fun.
And see all your friends there, and it is super fun. And then you go back in and finish watching the movies, and then they announce all the winners, and you go out and you say, I'll take that, and that.
Exactly.
And this year, too, because we've changed the venue and it's at
Yes.
Flagler Place,
Right.
we have a little bit more room to, make it more of an event experience with
Yes.
a cocktail reception.
Yeah, it's a really nice space
So we
there.
have, we're going to have live music
Oh,
during the cocktail
wow.
reception.
Who do you have a name of who it
It's
is?
Will Goulet.
Okay.
Goulet. I could be botching
Maybe
his
Robert
last name.
Goulet's son.
Yeah, so we do like live acoustic music.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have dessert, some really delicious desserts for intermission.
Oh, you've got all my hot buttons.
I know.
Panera.
Music, dessert, cocktails, baskets to buy.
Yeah. Panera
Panera?
and Wits frozen custard. So everyone
Oh.
gets frozen custard at intermission, which is,
Hey,
I mean,
count
I'm
me
sold.
in.
alone.
I'm sold.
Right?
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And I think some other people on Facebook are sold too. They all want to come. Got Ilona Scully. She wants to come.
Oh, yeah.
And Deborah Grossman Point, she wants to come.
Ooh.
And Debbie Fung Satia, she wants to come. Lynn Barletta's coming. I think she's coming after her event. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Awesome.
So Ricky Coble, he joined. So you guys, this is a great event. There's nothing better than Stuart to have its own film festival. Come on. I think that's we're like the Sundance of Florida.
We are.
So some of the highlights are this film called Buttercup, and she's, it's just all about best friends and stuff.
I actually watched that one. It's really sad.
It's sad?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like almost in tears watching it.
Oh my gosh.
But I only watched a couple of them. I was trying to get, before I got this lovely program in the mail, I was trying to get the timeline down. So I was
okay. Yeah.
popping through, watching a couple of them.
They're really interesting because each one is different. You're coming in from the mindset of a completely different person, 9 different individuals, and they're written by women, produced by women, directed by women, and typically most of the film crew is women, all female. And there might be a man in the story, for comedic effect, pivotal point. But it's all the female cast, typically, because, I'll just never forget. The one that was so fabulous is the only female, and she was African-American, streetcar conductor in San Francisco. And it was a day in her life. And it was just so interesting, so it was very documentary-esque. And she'd been doing it for a long time, and she'd been on that train and on the cable car and just doing it. But, you remember them. They're short, but they're very impactful.
Right.
And that's what's amazing. And it's a statement of somebody's point of view, and it's non-political. It's just, there's storytelling, and there's nothing better than that.
Right.
So how many seats have you sold, or how many seats does it hold? Let's say, how many does the Flagler place hold?
So we're trying to sell 225 tickets.
Okay.
We've sold a lot so far, but
Yeah.
our tickets still are on sale
Okay, good.
online until April 10th.
Okay. And you can get them at the door, too?
If based on availability.
If there are
yes,
some left,
yes.
yeah. So you got to get your seats now because you don't want to be left out in the cold, literally.
Right.
We were having a cold front that weekend, I think.
So yeah, we're making the cutoff Tuesday the 10th, and based on availability, we'll be selling them at the door.
Okay, good. Yeah. And there's still sponsorships left available, or are the sponsorships closed out right now?
We're still accepting sponsorships, but
okay.
Our print deadline's a little past.
Yeah,
so,
that's past.
Yeah, but we are still accepting sponsorships.
But they might get a shout out at the event.
Exactly.
Yeah, yep.
We can. 2 of our major sponsors this year are Merton Health System and Public Supermarket Charities.
Oh, fantastic.
So
that's
we're really
huge.
fortunate to have those 2.
The hospital and the grocery store. That's all you need in life.
Sponsors, yeah.
Super duper. Thank you, Publix, and thank you, Martin Health.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. And some of your other sponsors, do you have some other ones you want to mention? Because we have to thank our sponsors.
Yes, of course.
We have the Cordino Group, which is actually the company I work for,
Oh.
and then Lively Orthodontics, the Merrill Lynch Group, Kirchman Construction, Abyss Salon.
Oh, good. This is wonderful.
Remax of
Remax of Stewart. Okay, good.
Let's see. We got a lot.
Jennifer Atkinson, love it.
Yes,
Thanks, Jennifer.
exactly.
And she's a junior league member, so duh.
Bridges Montessori.
Yeah.
Treasure Coast Estate Buyers.
Oh, good. You've
There's
got a
definitely
bunch.
some more. I don't want to miss out.
You don't want to leave anybody
I don't
out,
wanna
but
miss
you know
out.
what? They'll be listed that night. So come to the show, and you'll see on the program everybody who's a sponsor, and we can thank them there with our applause.
Exactly.
And it's just and also, isn't it? The proceeds do help breast cancer. That was one year. The doctor who was the main sponsor. I don't want to blow anything, but last year.
So they did that for 15 years with the breast cancer prevention partners, and actually stopped doing that this year.
Okay.
So we get back all of the money that we make from the film
100%.
festival.
Hey, that is amazing because it was 85-15 split, wasn't it? So when you said 100%, I was like, really? That's great.
Yeah, we
That's
had
huge.
to pay an entry fee,
right?
for the film festival, and that goes to the Chicken and Egg Pictures, which is their new kind of partner moving forward, and that is to promote women in films, directing, producing, acting.
Good. There needs to be more female representation. I mean, it's long been said in Hollywood, there were no good roles being written for women. Well, here we have some examples. They may not be huge, long feature films, but where are you going to start, And these are the future directors of future feature films out there working right now in the trenches. So this is amazing. So 100% of the proceeds goes back to the Junior League, which is great. And some other projects that the Junior League is involved in, the Gertrude Walden, helped with that, the community center, and like I said, the Treasure Coast Museum. And there's just so many things that we have our fingers in that people don't even realize. There's the White Doves, and
we did the book drive for Martin
County book drive,
School.
right.
Last year alone, we donated 3,500 books.
Yay!
Yeah.
The crowd goes wild. That's a lot of books. I mean, education is key to a child's life, and that's good to expose them to good literature. And teachers don't get enough, help as far as I'm concerned. So I'm so glad we can help them with their, stock, the book stock in the library, filling up the libraries. So that's good. And then I just noticed here there's another boxer story.
Another boxer,
yeah. And she's only 10 years old. That's amazing. That'll be a good one. Well, I'll make sure to convince my husband to go this year because of that. But I've invited a few other lady friends to go with me. And that's another thing. You can make it a girls' night out.
Such a fun girls'
It
night
is such
out.
a fun girls' night out. Go downtown, Stewart, have a cocktail before the cocktail hour. And dinner or whatever, an early dinner. And it's right next door to a bunch of places right down there on Osceola and Flagler.
We're going to have an after party this year, too.
Oh, excuse me? Who's invited?
So the after party is at Vine and Barley.
Oh, Vine and Barley right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to donate 10% of the proceeds back to us.
Okay.
And give you also a 10% discount.
So anyone that has a wristband that comes to Vine and Barley that night, will get 10% off their bill.
Okay. Yeah. After party.
Yeah.
Another one. Tick. Whole boxes are all ticked.
I think they did check all your...
They did. Yeah. Pre-party, after party.
Yeah.
Middle of the show party with the buying all the stuff.
And the custard,
dessert.
Too.
And the custard. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And then the movies.
The movies,
right.
of course.
The movies are the star of the
star of the show.
And they are so good. And then you get to come and hear about everything that the Junior League does, because we're just glazing over the top of it. But the Junior League is an international organization of serious women who like to have fun, but who are in business, your moms, because I'm part of it too, and I just think it's a fabulous organization. It was started by Mary Harriman in 1901 in New York. She was the daughter of the governor, and I started in that original league back in the 90s. Yeah, I'm old, but it's okay. I can live it up and still be old. And we're going to go.
You'll never be older than me, though.
No, never.
I'm way ahead of you.
I'm never going to be older than anybody else. How's that? Anyway, enough of that silliness. But please come. The 14th is the date, and the time to get there is...
So it's 5:30 for VIPs,
right.
6 o'clock for general admission. The films will start at 6:45.
Right.
Our tickets are on sale at the Junior League website, which is
jlmcflorida.org/LunaFest. Very easy. And I think I put that on my website too, on my page. And go to the Junior League's page for the event. That is liked on my thing. It's Stewart. Was it the first start? No, LunaFest 2018 Stewart, hosted by JLMC. So go to the event page, and also you can like the Junior League's Facebook page. So like everybody's page. No matter what Jeff Zucker's done, it's still a good thing to have Zuckerberg. Different. There's an NBC Jeff Zucker, and then there's Jeff Zuckerberg, who did Facebook. They're both in the doghouse right now.
Yes, that's true. So I have a question.
Yes. Yeah.
So last year was your first inaugural event for LunaFest,
No.
right?
No. This will be the third or fourth year.
This is the third consecutive
Third
year.
consecutive year.
We've hosted it
prior to that.
But we kind of took a little break, and this is our third consecutive.
Oh, yeah. This is their little, this is a really good fundraiser. once a year. There's a couple other ones. They do the Reindeer Dash at Christmas.
Okay.
And then, let's see, other things that we have going on.
The Sustainers usually host an event.
Oh, the
like
Sustainers.
The
That would be me. Oh, yeah, the Junkanoo. And
you
we
guys
have
are doing the fish fry.
And then we're doing the fish fry. That's right. And it's just a great organization for women of all ages to be a part of volunteering. You usually start them young, and then when we graduate to a point where we've been in 10 or 15 years, or we get over a certain age, like 39 or whatever, you can retire, sort of. But, then I'm still an active member as a sustainer, and we, as a group, we have some of the founding members of the Junior League in Martin County in our sustainer group. They started it 25 years ago. Yeah. 26 now this year. Yeah. And so shout out to Lee England. She's one of the major people. Beth Conway. We have some great people who did that. And they're still active in the community. And so Gail Anderson has joined. Hi, Gail. And so Lynn says thank you, and she's going to go to the movies. So remember, Catch the Wave of Hope is this Saturday, and that's at Yacht and Country Club. That's to fight human trafficking. The tickets are $150. You can go to their website, catchthewaveofhope.org, and get a ticket there. Then there's the Luna Fest coming up on the 14th, and that's, you still have time for tickets, but only 10 days left to the event. So make sure to get your Luna Bar. I'm killing Frank's ears.
Wow. So the Luna Bar is another part of the goodie bag that you get?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to have a snack while you're in your seat.
Well, yeah, you can't watch a movie without a snack.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. A healthy snack. And so that is what's coming up. And then Saturday, before you go to Catch the Wave and get your gown on, in the morning, 2 of my most recent guests are going to be on having events. It's Brianna Smiles, Heavenly Smiles Foundation. They're having a big 5K, 10K run that's out. Look at their page, Brianna Smiles, Heavenly Smiles Foundation, 5K, 10K, and Touch a Truck, a benefit for Early Learning Center. That's later on, I think, from 10 to 1. I think I have the time. And that is so much fun, and that's to benefit Early Learning Center. That's at the Martin County Fairgrounds. I keep saying center. It's Early Learning Coalition. Thank you. Sorry. And that is a real fun event, and all proceeds will benefit the Early Learning Coalition of Indian River, Martin, and Okeechobee counties. And then don't forget, you get to go to the film festival, the Luna Fest. It's so great. And that's the 14th, and it's downtown Stuart, so get your tickets now.
Last year it was at the
Lyric Theater.
Right next door to Luna's, and I made a joke of that.
Yeah. Right now it's called coming back.
Oh, yeah. See, I might be old, but I still got it.
It's kicking around in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to thank you, Frank, tonight, my crew, and my husband, Richard. Thank you so much for being there with me. And I want to thank my guests, again, Lynn Barletta from Catch the Wave of Hope. And thank you so much, Kathleen Dempsey and Carrie Ann Gustafson, for coming in for the Junior League talking about Luna Fest. And remember, next week, I've got a great show coming up. I've got Kendra Reinhardt. She is with 4 kids, and that's all about fostering. And also, we're going to have the 2 of the team members and their leader, Richard Brooks, Mr. Brooks, from the robotics. Exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Team 180 from SPAM, the SPAM team. And the 2 members are near and dear to my heart, Melissa and Michael Sansevier, my grandchildren. So that's coming up next week here on the Martin County Difference. So tune in. And remember, you can find this as a podcast after the show at themartincountydifference.com. It's also on Facebook all the time at the Martin County Difference, and also on YouTube. And we're just all out there always. So I want to thank you for tuning in on Facebook and the radio on WSTU 1450 and on their internet at WSTUtv.com. And thanks, everybody, and I hope everybody had a happy Easter and have a great week ahead. And I thank you so much for coming in. And thanks to my sponsors. Couldn't do it without Tech Medics or Portia B. Scott, attorney, or TC Palm Home Inspections. Thank you all, one and all. And we're out, right? So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week, 7 o'clock.
Do you know who we're having next week?
I just said that. Kenya Reinhardt from 4 Kids. Okay. All right. And the SPAM kids.
Okay.
SPAM, the robotics.
You got it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. We're like extending. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Frank. He's the best. Thanks, ladies. Thanks so much. All right. We'll see you on the 14th.
Yeah.
See you then.
See you then. Bye-bye, everybody.